Well, I'm now joined by IAC President Chief Craig Steckler and by Parliamentarian Chief Ellen Hanson. Welcome both.
Thank you.
Good to be here.
12 amendments to the Constitution on the ballot paper. That's a lot of amendments to anyone's Constitution. Why are we doing that, and what are they meant to achieve?
Well, we expressly wanted to make this a document that was helpful, offered good guidance to our membership. We wanted to bring it more into the modern terms. So it is really meant to help the membership get the guidance they need from a document that is responsive and nimble.
Yeah, it had been 13 years since we reviewed the Constitution, and best practices you do in nonprofits is you should review every 3 to 5 years. So it was out of date. There were some practices going on that were not in conformance with the Constitution. So we decided to do the review, and we have a lot of amendments, although, as Chief Hanson said, some of them are cosmetic. But there are some substantive changes that are being recommended by the Executive Committee to our membership. One is the representation. We're now dividing the country into 4 zones and selecting 3 representatives from each zone to represent the members. The old document, we kind of had the country gerrymandered to fit, so some representatives might have had 12 states they're responsible for, and others had 2. So, we made changes there. We made some changes to the life membership in the IACP that will affect new life members. The existing life members will remain like they are. So it's a document that is going to be contemporary with today's practices.
Chief Hanson, why is this important?
I think it's important because IACP is such a large organization, and sometimes it's hard for our members to get their hands wrapped around how we work and what we're trying to accomplish. And we really feel like this document is going to help them understand that and give good guidance to the Board of Officers and the Executive Committee so that we can lead IACP effectively in the future.
Let's get to the important bit about all ballots. It's about voting, isn't it? So the voting takes place on Monday.
Right.
How can people vote?
Well, there are 2 voting locations that are advertised. The uniqueness of this one is we also have a contest for 4th Vice President. There are 2 candidates running, and our members should vote to determine who will become the next 4th Vice President. In the amendments, we give the members a choice. At the beginning of the ballot, if you've read the material, you agree with all 12 amendments, you can just click on agree with all 12 and you vote yes on them, on all of them. If there are some that you're not comfortable with changing and you want to leave them like they are, then they have to go through the ballot and choose yes and no for each one of the amendments. As we said earlier, the Board of Officers and the Executive Committee, which is the ruling body of the IACP and represents all of our members, both groups have recommended that the amendments be adopted by our membership.
So the important thing is to vote.
Absolutely important to vote.
Right, to vote and to review the materials ahead of time, make sure that everyone understands what they're voting on.
Great. Well, thank you very much indeed for joining us, and we hope people do get out and do that.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.